Welcome in, everybody. This is the Win Daily NBA DFS show. I'm your host, Tony J. Socatello, and I am riding solo tonight, which I definitely don't mind. It is what it is. Listen, we all have lives and things happen, but you can check out Ghost and Adam will be in Discord answering all the questions. So you're going to get to their expertise as well, strictly through Discord tonight. So make sure you check them out. Last night, very interesting night. I'll tell you what, I just had a abundance of follies here before we got started. I literally had my microphone fall off. I had my desk collapse. I mean, it's just not being a good night tonight here for Jigsaw, but that's okay. We're going to get through it because we got some games to look at, right? So we got some money to make, as always. Last night was profitable for the most part, depending on the way that you set your parlays up, depending on the way that you decided to go about your lineup, right? Adam checking in. What's up, Tony? Ghost? Yeah, listen, Ghost is going to watch this later, and Ghost knows he'll be in bed, but I'll be shooting. I'll be cheering all my Sixers tonight. 100% on the West Coast swing, which I absolutely love, man. I absolutely love. Yo, B, what's up? Yo, B, the comments got to be flowing tonight, bro, because I am solo, but that's okay. We're going to get in. We're going to get out. We're going to get the picks together. We already know what games we're going to target, right? Make sure you're following at Win Daily Sports on all social formats. As always, make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you're hitting that notification bell. Make sure you're building the lineups with the Opto. I do have right now highest projected player that we have on the optimization scale. I got some pros for profit as always. And again, I also have my core and my FFVP, which I think we will all agree on for the most part. Now, last night, tell you, man, my boy Porzingis is very, very close being on the dead to me list. Just throwing it out there. He didn't show up for me last night the way I predicted. So again, sometimes that happens, right? Sometimes that happens, but I'll tell you what, man, damn, does it piss me off when it happens because it's not supposed to happen that way. Especially when you get a big bet ride on him as well. That a couple of the CJ McCollum, it was getting there for a little while. So, but Jeff Green hooked us up, made it profitable again. You take those big parlays. And then most of my units were on the Jeff Green bet. The over 1.5, he had 3. So it was a beautiful plus money bet, plus 150. So you can't beat that at all. They're the kind of bets that will make you not only whole, but they will also help you build your bankroll and throw away. Like I said, you throw a couple shekels here or there, quarter units when you're talking about these gigantic parlays, and I got one for you here tonight as well, so it'll be interesting. Everybody, KLB, man, the KLB hatred, man, just cracks me up, man. It's so funny. It's back and forth. I know people love it, they hate them. It is what it is. You get to get posterized the other day, no B. Just throwing it out there. You got posterized. But let's get right into it because we already know what games we're going to target, right? If you read the article that drops every single day, I'm tired of saying it. You guys know there are new people that is saying it. Let's go get that green, Tony Ivan. Yeah, absolutely. 100%. We got to get the green tonight. I got a major plus 2,000 DK special that I'm feeling really good about, man. I'm really, really feeling good about because again, Theo checking in said, "Which I've listened. The Jokic, the Jokic fade last night was in full effect. I got to give it to my man Jimmy. Jimmy Wags was hooking that up all through the chat last night. Was like, and we were all like, "There's no way at 11-4. How do you fade Jokic?" And Jimmy was right, man. We should listen to the guy with the $900 ticket, right? Why didn't we listen to that guy? I'll tell you, Jimmy, you need to get back. You need to get on here and grab a microphone and sit right next to Jigsaw as we're going through these picks right now. But let's go this way. Obviously, you know that I'm going to attack that Charlotte game. I think that you guys are going to attack that Charlotte game. Because again, listen, we know what happens no matter who plays Charlotte. No matter who plays Charlotte, it's like an AAU blowout. Okay, on both sides, man. It's absolutely crazy. I'm going to keep riding Lamella. I'm going to keep riding Rozier when it comes to the 3-point props. You're going to see that as well. I just, you have to get it in there. But I'm going to give you what I'm thinking. I like that. Jimmy is a mini ghost. You're right, Chris. He did get 35. He started off terribly. For DFS, he didn't absolutely kill you, But what they did do for my prop, they killed my double prop. Right? He killed my. He missed a double by 1 rebound. I mean, it's killing me. How do you not get 10 boards, man? That's because he started off so goddamn slow. Cowboys Nation checking in says Wizards just announced they'll be making a lineup change. Absolutely, yes. Cowboys Nation, my man. When you get it, make sure that you throw it in there. Jimmy, Wags checking in says you don't want me on a mic. It was just a gut feel. Listen, Jimmy, understand something. Sometimes gut feelings are some of the best feelings in the world. Just throwing it out there, man. Listen, here's what I would say about gut feelings. Every single person here in this chat, every single person that does this show, obviously there's some that are more analytical than the others. That's just the way it works. But we all have an intelligence when it comes to the game of NBA basketball. So when you have a gut feeling, it's not just because you threw shit up against a wall. It's because you had an inkling of something, and that something was an intelligent thought. So don't cut yourself short, man. I'm just telling you, don't cut yourself short. B, everybody's inspired by you, B. Everybody got to be inspired by you. Let's go right to it. I'm going to give you my core. And again, I did not look in Discord yet, so I don't know what the core of Adam or Ghost will be, but this is the way I'm starting my build, man. I'm being honest. This is full transparency. And again, I know I could be different than others, right? But the Chris Dunn effect, is in full effect, man. It's like, it's like the Rump Shaker song from back in the day. If any of you guys go back to 90s hip hop, not really hip hop, probably 90s pop with Rex in effect. But I'm telling you right now, Chris Dunn for 45 in that game, in the Ghost called it in an article, the tanking game, which it is with Portland and Houston. I think I got to be all over that, right? You got to be all over that play for 4,500. I think that's just 100%. Embiid, listen, against the Clippers on the road trip. This game, one thing has shown me, if you're a Philadelphia 76er fan and you've watched the Philadelphia 76ers since they brought in Harden, and if you watch them over, I'd say the course of the past 5 games, tell me what you notice. I'm going to tell you what I noticed. And what I noticed is that this is still Joel Embiid's team. And I also noticed that the quote came out today from James Harden about Embiid not being selfish, but at the same time, he knows the offense still goes through Embiid, right? So because it still goes through Embiid is going to do everything to continue that MVP campaign, right? Embiid, he's second in the league in scoring. He might be first now. He was 29.8, right? Just below 30. I think LeBron was at 30. So I'm curious to what that was 2 games ago. So curious the way they stack out now. But I'm not worried about Zubac, man. I'm not worried about anybody on the Clippers. Okay, Joel Embiid is going to absolutely dominate this game. 35 minutes tonight. I know he's got the back issue. He's playing through it. He knows. This is a dominant game tonight. 60 to 65 from Embiid. And guess what? For all your Jokic fans out there that want, Joel is going to prove tonight why he's the MVP, because he doesn't get faded like my man Jokic did last night. How's that? How's that take you for all you Jokic fans? And then, listen, the man of the hour, right? Double center. Yeah, listen, this could be a double center night. I didn't even get the other side. It could be. You never know, right? Chris, you took the words out of my mouth. Rudy Gobert, right? Rudy Gobert going up against our stiff Mason Plumlee. Right. So again, if you're worried about any big man going up against Charlotte, please don't. Okay. Please don't. And again, you look at Rudy Gobert, he's 7,600. He can instantly get you a 50-point swing. The only reason why I do not have Rudy Gobert in my core is because I got Spider. Spider is going to go absolutely off. He is going to go bonkers. 100% going to go bonkers tonight. And to me, at 9,000, I have to play my man Spider. Have to play him. Right? You just you see the book game last night. It's going to be, listen, he is 4 out of 5 50 plus DK. 4 out of 5 50 plus DK. Tonight, he can absolutely get to the 60 point. I'm looking at, listen, I'm going to be full transparency here. I'm looking at Embiid giving me 65. I'm looking at Spider giving me 60. I'm looking at $125 between 2 guys for under 20 grand, and boom. Actually 21 grand. I'm in, man. I'm in. That's where I'm looking at, and then making the rest of the build, obviously. Yeah, I can never play a big that doesn't know how to run simple pick and roll. Uh, always play guards versus Clippers. I'd lean yes. Bro, B. I again, Maxey, Harden, right? You're gonna see the only reason why I didn't play Harden is I'm waiting. I'm waiting, B. I'm waiting for him to flip that switch. I think I know he banged knees the last game. I know the hamstrings are bothering him just a little bit. He did tweak it 2 days ago. I mean, 2 games ago. He did get the rest. I know he banged knees. It's not that big of a deal. I think he was feeling though. He's feeling a little different. I think he feels for Tobias in a sense that he likes Tobias and he feels like Tobias is lost. So I think he's trying to get him more involved, which again is taken away from some of his because he hasn't really attempted many threes, right? So and he's been off. So I'm just waiting for him to break out. Honestly, before I throw him in there, but yeah, great point. Always play guards, absolutely. Gobert is a lock. Grizz, I listen. I agree. If I didn't throw Embiid in there, right, as my center, it would be Gobert. I mean, technically, you could put Gobert in the core, right? So, I mean, technically, I can tell you this right now. If I took out, somebody in my core, and again, Kevin Porter Jr., the reason why I have him in my core, again, it's that tanking game. Okay. We just talked about the Chris Dunn factor. I think Chris Dunn, again, for 4,500 is 100% the play, right? And right now, I know he's very chalky, but again, we talked about this before because as of right now, I can tell you this highest rostered player on the slate based on the Win Daily Optimo is $4,500 Chris Dunn, right? Chris Dunn right now, highest roster player at 35% ownership value. So just so you know, 35% ownership value. That's where my man Chris Dunn is going. Donovan Mitchell, 24%. Rudy Gobert, 24%. Just tell you the guys that we're throwing out there. Joel Embiid, 20%. So you see the drill. Kevin Porter Jr., 23%. So you see where we're going. And Jordan Poole, listen. Jordan Poole, man, has just shown. I mean, we talked about Poole, and we talked about how again we don't know when Curry's going to return. Right, we have no idea, but that team is going to win or die with Jordan Poole. Kuminga, if you play Kuminga as the FFVP last night, a great play. Kuminga was brilliant. Jordan Poole, 50 points, man. 50 points against Miami. So when we talk about DK again, talking about DK, 20, 29, 28, 26, 30. I mean, this kid has been electric. Electric. And he's shooting above 50% from the field. And he's shooting above 45% from three in 3 of the last 4 games. So, this is the guy you really want to look at. And he's dishing the rock, man. 15 assists in 2 games. So against Atlanta, you can see the battle. I can see it right now. Trae Young versus Jordan Poole. It's going to bring the best out of him for 7,800. He's the guy on a roster. So this is my build right now. Okay, this is the way I'm going. And again, everybody knows everybody's different, right? But this is where I'm going right now. Spider, Embiid, Poole, Porter Jr., Chris Dunn. And I'll be honest with you, right now, that leaves me about $3,800 per player. Leaves me with 11.5. So again, you can get that FFVP in there. That value for that base of $3,000, and it's still gonna leave you a really nice chunk of change to grab a good forward in one of your spots in this lineup. So again, everybody's all different. This is the way I'm rolling. We'll see what happens. But again, everybody check it in. Tons of comments what about Greg? I looked at Greg Brown, Jimmy. I looked at Greg Brown for 3,200. I absolutely looked at him and I was like, I look at consistency. Right. That's my biggest thing. When I do, and again, everybody does different things, right? They have their own analytics, their own. So when I looked at Greg Brown from Portland, even though I know he's a rookie, so he's going to be inconsistent. The minutes are inconsistent to me, right? 13, 12, 27, 12, 27. The points, 2, 2, 4, 8, 2, 7, right? He did grab you 31 DK, but before that, he was barely getting double digits. So I had a hard time. 3,400 actually, not 3,200, but for 3,400 for Greg Brown, that's the only reason why. Even though it is a shit game and it is a tanking game, I kind of gravitated away from him. Just for that fact, I wanted somebody that was going to be more consistent. So my FFVP was Ben McLemore. So again, I looked at it this way, Jimmy. I looked at that $3,400 number, and I grabbed myself $300 more for a guy that's more consistent and Ben McLemore, who's going to give me that 3-point capability, right? I'd much rather have him in this game than Greg Brown because I again, you know, all you need to do is look at the minutes that McLemore has been playing, right? You know, this is again, he's over 25. This is a 30-minute game for him probably tonight, right? But his scoring, okay, when he scores, when he plays 25 plus minutes, he's over 28 DK. Right. So I'm expecting a 30+ point performance from McLemore tonight for 3,700. So if you insert him in as the FFVP, depending on how you do your build, I think this is the way to go. Again, you may only have the money left, but we're only talking about $300. I think you can make a couple pivots in the lineup in order to get McLemore in there. So I mean that's the way I'm looking. That's my FFVP, and that's why. Again, I'm going to go to tank game all day. McLemore's great too because he'll shoot the ball exactly. Like the dude just shoots, and that's what I'm saying. My whole thing is I don't care how good you shoot. It's all about the attempts. I want to just keep you shooting the rock up, and I'm not sure what Brown's going to be able to do, honestly. And that's my biggest thing. Clay is back. Yeah. Do you like Killian Hayes, the pivot from a high roster? Dunn, that's a good one, man. That's a good one. Yeah, because Dunn is going to be very chalky, right? Dunn, and again, that Washington Detroit game. Listen, again, there could be some good plays in there. Killian Hayes again. Listen, it's all about minutes, right? And you're right. I mean, this is a kid. He's getting 30+ minutes the last 2 games. He's actually 30 minutes, plus 4 out of the last 5. And he's a good production. Jimmy, that you're dropping 400. That's actually a good pivot, man, because that could save you. I mean, listen, this is why I like doing this show interactive, because now if I go to my core, say I take Chris Dunn out, as that high roster player, right? And I put Hayes in, right, like Jimmy suggests, and now I'm at 4,000 per play at 3,800. So now, it might get a little more interesting. So I like, you know what, Jimmy, I like that play. I do. I should have listened to you last night with Jokic, right? I should have listened to you last night by Jokic. So because I didn't listen to you with Jokic last night, I'm going to listen to you, and I'm going to pivot for Dunn, and I'm going to go Hayes, and let's roll with that. Let's absolutely roll with that. Brown, Eubanks, the best play for Portland. Eubanks, definitely. Again, I love it. I just, Brown just scares you because of the inconsistency in minutes. That's all. That 100%. Fading Dunn for the double center of Portland. I like it, man. Dunn, hit the like. Yeah, smash the like button, fellas. Smash that like button, man. We're having some fun here. As a Blazers lifer, I'm not see, there's your insight. You're going across the pond. You're going to Portland, and you got the Portland man coming in right here, saying, yo, I'm a lifer, and I ain't playing Dunn today. So there you go. That should be enough for you. There you go. Again, 45, he has risen, right? So you have the price raise, of Chris Dunn. You have the ownership projection models actually raising for the ownership values are raising for Chris Dunn. So there's a lot of things in there that you have to take in consideration. So, look at that. Justice out, right? So Brian's you changed my mind off Brown to McLemore with Justice out. Listen, man, I don't know what it is, man. It's more about looking at how many attempts and looking at throwing up the shots. I think this is a really, really good play. The price raise and lack of shots. The price raise is huge. That's the first thing you look at, right? So, Chris Dunn was great when we were playing him at 3,000 and 3,200. Yeah, throw him in there. But now when he pops up to that $4,500 range, you start thinking, takes me away from some of those guys. Then you don't want to get thrown in with $3,200 guys that you're just hoping a wing and a prayer. So you want to make sure you get in on that. So let's get in for some props for profit, because we want to throw some props up here too, because I got this big money one, and I'm very, very excited to do. Now, number one, last night, again, 1 for 3, but again, please understand something. Okay, and I know you guys understand this. For other people, new people watching that, these are plus money props for the most part. It's very rare to go 100% on plus money props. So if you're getting 1 of 2, 1 of 3, 2 of 3, and you throw that 100, listen, it's a good deal, man, because there's a reason why they're plus money. They don't expect them to come out. So again, the plus money props are, we pride ourselves on them because of how hard they are to hit. We do a lot of research on them. So hopefully that you guys follow and can hit too. I'm going right to the guard theory, B. You talked about play guards against Clippers, right? Well, my man Tyrese Maxey not always been scoring, he's been distributing the rock. right? He's been distributing the rock the last few games. And I think that here's the thing about Maxey. Even though he's a young player, he's very smart. He's very smart. You know why he's smart? He knows that his big dogs got to get involved. You listen to his press conference. He already talks about got to get James. I love how he calls him James. Got to get James. Got to get Embiid involved. Got to get Tobias, right? He's all worried about dishing the rock. And again, you look at his numbers. He's hit this over 3 of the last 3 in a row when it started to become stagnant and you start to dish the ball. He had 7 dimes against the Lakers, 4 each against Miami and Toronto, even in a losing effort. When the Sixers only scored 88, he still gave you 4 dimes. Again, with the Clippers, the ball movement is back. The pace is back. He's going to be dishing a lot. They're going to try to develop some people. Listen, here's one thing about Philadelphia. They have to develop the bench. So that means guys like Korkmaz are going to have to shoot, unfortunately. Guys like Niang are going to have to shoot. Tobias are going to have to shoot, which means Maxey's going to have to dish. So for me, plus money to get that over 3.5, I think that was a no-brainer. Again, plus money, love that bet. And then we're going to go to the Charlotte game. I had to get some plus money when we talk about the Charlotte game because we talk about this thing just being an absolute blowout. I'm going to go with Royce O'Neal over 8.5 plus 105. Right. So I wanted to get some skin in that game. And the plus money bet was all around Royce O'Neal. Again, going up against Charlotte, going up against that team, it's going to be a high scoring event. We already know that. But when you look at Royce's numbers, again, I'm looking at minutes. When I do the props, I look at the minutes too. He's 30 plus minutes, 4 of the last 5. If he can't get you 9 points against Charlotte, I don't know who else can. I know, listen, not the greatest shooter in the world. I completely understand that. And I'm not worried about that. This is going about minute production and this is going about attempts, right? I'm all about that. Minute production and attempts. Just give me and if you look at against the Knicks, he was 5 of 11. The thing that I'm thinking tonight, the reason why he's not going to shoot a lot, I think he's going to get a lot of scrappy points tonight, right? Because when you play guys like Terry Rozier and LaMelo Ball and even Miles Bridges, even when you play these guys, they're going to shoot a lot, right? Going to be a lot of rebounds. I mean, listen, just between Ball and Rozier, you're going to have 23s thrown up, right? So, I mean, think about that. That's a lot of rebounds that they're not hitting them. So, again, a lot of I wouldn't say easy, but again, you're playing against P.J. Washington and Mason Plumlee, dude. Seriously, Kelly Oubre, stop. So, for me, this is a plus money hit as well. Really like this number. And then we got a big one. We got the big one coming. We got the really, 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 really big one coming. Listen, PJ Washington is going up on a scale. Now, I don't like him as an actual player to stop Royce O'Neal from getting some garbage points, but I do like his attraction of being able to score some points tonight for real. So definitely. Sorry, I jigged CJ last night. I was thinking of you, B. I was like, man, like you thought, and I'm like, man, that B got me. He started talking about how they lock down guards, and I was like, there goes my gut feeling. And it was true. Almost so. He wasn't terrible. Almost. So let's get to this big money bet. So I get you guys out of here so you can guys get these picks in and we can make some money. This is a big one, right? Again, preface this by saying I like to throw these, no pun intended, moonshots out there. And when I say moonshots, that obviously isn't a knock. That's laying respect to my man Kilkenny, who made a killing off of moonshots. He branded that name. I would never steal it. And that's just saying that as a respect to him. So, and he throws some unbelievable parlays out there. So for me, I've always tried to emulate at least one a night, right? So here's a big one. Now, this is very attainable. I say that word a lot. This is very attainable. Look at that number. Plus 3,000. Plus 3,000, right? Ivan, hold on. Ivan says, are you wearing an Italy hoodie? Look, absolutely, man. Absolutely. That's, that was that came from my daughter, got me that for Christmas because it's okay. I'm still repping Italy. It's all good. It's all good, babe. It's all good. I'm still repping them. But listen, if you look at, I told you I was going to continue to ride with Rozier and Ball. This is a plus 3,000 bet. Think about the game flow of that game, right? Just for a minute, think about it. So you go, just pull up D-bits, right? Pull up Spider. And again, look at these attempts, man. I'm getting excited. Listen, guys, I'm being serious. I don't get this excited over, but a plus 3,000 bet on 5+. I'm really excited. I was excited about the Mitchell Robinson play a month ago that made people a lot of money to plus 1,300 bet that slammed and smashed, right? I'm living off of that, baby. I'm going to hit another one of them, and I'm telling you right now, I really like this. Listen, I'm just going to give you the attempts for my man Mitch. 12, 15, 12, 15, 17, 11, 10. Take out the Sacramento game. That was an aberration. He only had 6. Besides that, the lowest he has is 10. Take the percentage that he shot over the course of those games. It's 42%, which means he only has to shoot 8% higher than his average 3-point attempts to hit this number. That's just Mitch. That's just Mitch. Okay. So then you go to my man, Lamella, and you look at what Lamelo's been able to do. 14, 9, 8, 10, 8. But then you look at the mades. 5, 5, 5, 4, 6. It's almost like I wish it was 4, right? So I could be like I could be like Mr. Hackman, Gene Hackman, and Hoosiers going 4. How many times in the past ball 4? But this is 4 3-point attempts. Is the lowest he's had in the past 5 games. 5, 5, 5, 6. Come on, boys. Listen, ride this, man. Don't put a lot of money on it, but I'm just telling you, ride this. 62%, 50%, 62%, 45%, 43%. Man, the only person that you are going to sweat who boned me last night is my man Terry Rozier. He's the only sweat you're going to have in this bet. He was 3 of 8 last night, 3 of 9 the night before, 4 of 7, 2 of 8, 4 of 8. You got to go down to the 11th and the 8th. Brooklyn and New Orleans, the last time he's been over 5. But he's a very streaky shooter, okay? Very streaky shooter. So the only sweat to this bet, like I said, is going to be Terry Rozier. So again, that's my props for profit. That's my big money play. Look, Dan's already checking in, says, got it at 4. Dan, where did you get it at 46.88? Talk to me. Where did you get it at 46.88? Please tell me. Is that FanDuel or because I got this number from Draftkings? Are you throwing him on? Because let me know, because I'll switch over and I'll grab from FanDuel. Wag second, it says, you think Joel and Luka both? Oh, that's a good one. Joel, you know what? Because Luka rested last night, I'm gonna be honest. Because because Luka rested the last game, I'm gonna go against Minnesota. Yeah, I do. The last game against Minnesota, he did not fare well, right? He only gave you 15. He didn't have a good night. He didn't have that Luka. He was 5 for 17, shot 30% from the field. He was terrible. 27% from 3, even 50% from the line. He was bad, right? So they sat him down. They said you need a break, right? So now he comes back strong against Minnesota on the road. Doesn't matter. I don't care. 8:00 game, prime time, boom. But you know what, Jimmy? I like it. I do. I like it. Listen, before that's 37. 32. It's not hard to get. I like him and Embiid going over 32. Jimmy, what you get for what you get on those numbers? I'm curious. Is that DK? That might be a DK special too. But Dan, if you're going FanDuel and getting it for 46.88, man, I'm gonna get off and sign up for that right now. Again, listen, guys. Honestly, let's full transparency, man. You put $1 on this, it's $30. Just throwing it out there, right? Again, you're building bank rolls. You throw $10 on it, you're talking 300, man. No lie, Jimmy. I like Luka. Every superstar likes embarrassing. Oh, that's a great point, Big. That's a great point. Everybody, Pat, Mr. Beverly, man. Oh, unbelievable. It's all monkey. It's all monkey knife fight. Can't bet in Kentucky yet. That's all right. Yeah, I actually like it. I like it, man. I do. Ivan, as my man, Ivan, great set. Listen. Ivan, I appreciate it. I try to give as much energy all the time as possible. So again, I'm going to get out of here. Everybody checking in. Much appreciated. Thanks for the support, fellas. It's been great. I never mind going solo because I got great people around me within this chat that help out and make the show flow as well. Make sure, obviously, Win Daily Sports, make sure you're checking out the Prize Pick article. Okay, free $100, man. It's in there. Make sure you're getting that affiliate link and you're grabbing it in there. Boom, 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 and you get your free money. Also, make sure we're back serious weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Serious. You got Sia and Jason 9 to 11 on Saturday. You got myself and Jason 9 to 11 on Sunday. And as always, you never know when we're going to be popping up. You never know when Jigsaw will be popping up. B, thank you, man. I try, B. I try. Smash the like button. Yes, please. Great show, Theo. As always, I appreciate it. All right, everybody. It's the weekend. Everybody have a nice drink. Cheers on me. Get that. Yo, plus 3,000, 46.88 on FanDuel. Rozier, Mello, and Spider 5+. Get it. Everybody have a great night. Stay safe, stay healthy.